Something came in the mail. Are you excited? Oh boy, are you excited? Okay. Nope, stay here. Stay here. There it is. There's some more right. I might have a backpack problem. I like backpacks. It's just how it is. Here's the video. In this package, this one right here, is the new Kuiu Ultra 2200. And you might ask me, well, Emory, why do you need another backpack? Now, I might answer you, I probably don't. It's a sickness, and I know that. However, let me back up. I bought the Ultra 3000 a couple years ago. Thought it was pretty cool. I didn't really like how it functioned. I actually enjoyed the EXO bag better. But I'm always trying different things out, and I decided, well, I do like the Daypack, the Kuiu Daypack. That was pretty neat. So I have the Daypack, I have the Pro with the frame. My thing is this. I want the smallest bag possible in the field so I don't stuff it full of a bunch of stuff. Well, the 1850, I think it is, it's just a little, it's good. You can get an overnight with stuff in there. It's just a tiny bit too small, but the 3000 is a little too big. The 2200. So we're gonna open this puppy up, and then I might change clothes, I don't know. But initially, this is the unboxing, and then I'll strap it to the frame, stuff it full of a bunch of stuff, and you can see the 2200 and see what you can get out of it, because I have a hunch that the 2200 is actually the perfect little outdoor bag for overnight 1 to 3 nights. And I'm gonna show you how I do it next. Unboxing. Sarah assembled my bag. How cool is that? Hi, Sarah. Okay, we got, looks like we got some instructions. Preparing the load sling, release, changing bags on a carbon fiber. This part is actually pretty cool because that's kind of a pain in the nuts. And that's it. Oh, hey, buddy. Come and say hi. Whoa, gross. This is just the bag. It's the same design as everything. This is, I'm not really gonna go over the bag because if you're familiar with the bags, then you're familiar with the bags. I'm more or less interested in what I can put into it. So that's what we're gonna do. But basically, what's new about the Ultra, they've kind of reinforced some things. So this is new. Kuiu, if you're listening, if this was a roll top bag, you would have it made. Zippers, I'm not into it. Inside the bag, they've added, it's still pretty slim, but the original Ultras were just really bare bones. But they've added these internal mesh zippers. So you can kind of store, which again, not a huge fan of. Hunters love to organize, and I know why, but really, I don't know. I guess it's cool. I like to organize my own self. And this becomes kind of bothersome when you have this weighted down, so your pack's sitting like this, and this is like full of something, and you unzip it, then this like falls over, and it's just a pain in the butt. The next phase is to see what I can fit in this thing. So, yeah. I'm getting ready to go to the gym, so I figured in the meantime, while my little energy chicken kicks in, I would try to put this frame on. So, this is the 1850 Pro. I haven't really used it a whole lot, but it's pretty good. Let's see how fast I can do it. Seriously, I have not done this all. I packed up about 2 to 3 days worth of food and gear, and for all you hunters out there, some game bags. And the reason why I wanted to do this was, this is a very small pack. Now, there's a lot of hunters out there that they give themselves so much space. It's setting yourself up for a very heavy load. Now, after through hiking, you just learn you don't really need that much stuff. The purpose of this video is to show you that you don't necessarily need a gigantic bag. Most hunts, people are going out for like 1 to 3 days, maybe 1 night, 2 nights, and this is a 2,200 cubic inch pack that allows you to have everything you need. Now, there's a couple features in this pack. If I were working at Kuiu, if I were designing, I would get rid of, because it limits the pack, and I'll get into those in a second. So I'm gonna show you everything that's in my pack. I'm not gonna do a gear review, I'm just gonna show you how a 2,200 cubic inch pack can get you 1 to 3 days, up to 3 days basically, worth of hunting in the backcountry. So here we go. This is the pack. There's a full-length zipper. I'm not a huge fan of this design, but it does go all the way to the top. Because of the way it's designed, it doesn't allow you to get extra room out of it. Whereas like a roll top, this is not a roll top, whereas a roll top bag could get you some extra space, and I'll show you why. So how I have this set up, I have my tent in this main pocket here, because the tent is the last thing that goes into my pack. I pack up everything and then I stuff my tent, so it's also the first thing out of my pack, right? So that's what I'm gonna take out first. I have a seat pad, a tarp, or a Tyvek ground cloth, and a trash bag right on top, so that when I take a break, I pop this off and I can sit down on it. So I use these little lashing deals like this, and I kind of just clicked it over the top, and that's how they work. Water bottles, I don't use bladders after hiking on the PCT. This is the most efficient water system that I found. Smart water bottle, Sawyer squeeze. I have a beanie and some gloves. And here's the tent. So this is the Kuiu one-person something star tent. So this tent is all in this thing, right? It's stuffed up in this pocket. So there's the tent. This pocket goes all the way up, right? I'm gonna stop right here and just tell you, this zipper is limiting. I've tried a bunch of different packs, and I always come back to, this needs to be a stretch mesh, or like a stretch pocket that's like top loading, or maybe a zipper on the side. If this was even stretch fabric, it would be 10 times better, right? I would take anything over a fixed fabric that does not stretch at all, because you limit it. If your pack is full on the inside and you're trying to pack something in there, it doesn't give, and then you have to zip up. You risk damaging your zipper, right? The teeth don't pull. You risk a whole bunch of stuff. That's a single point of failure on a zipper. If this zipper fails at any point in time because you have too much stuff in it, well, that sucks. So there's no reason, I don't think, why this can't be. It's on the back of your pack. This has to be a stretch mesh, some sort of fabric like that. So that's my spiel on this. This, I feel, is limiting to the ability of the backpack. You can't stuff this thing full because this is not stretch. So on the top of the pack, I have, in this top bag, this is my first aid kit. It is my hygiene kit, everything. So this is like my nighttime stuff. There's pills in here. There's whatever you need is in this bag. This is another Kuiu dry zip bag, something like that. I know I have a lot of Kuiu stuff because they have nice stuff. So that's that. This horseshoe zipper, again, I am not a huge fan because zippers limit you. Roll tops do not. If I had this, you know, I can only fit so much stuff in here. If this was roll top and it came up a little higher, you have more forgiveness. It's a great pack, but it's limiting in what you're able to do, put in it. So 2,200 cubic inches. If this were roll top, you'd be able to probably get like 3,000 cubic inches, and that's an incredible pack. It's long and narrow, which is fine, but yeah, this is a warming layer. This is clearly an early season hunt that I would go on. This is a Teton line rain jacket. This is my food bag. So this is like probably 3 days worth of food. Inside the pack, you have these internal zippers. If you don't have your pack absolutely stuffed full, I'm sure they're really, really great. But when you do have your pack full, they're practically unusable. Either you fill this up or you fill the inside of your bag up. One or the other. They're just, it bulges in, right? So it would pull like this when you have it full. So then it closes in on the contents of the bag. So say you have 2,200 cubic inches. Well, that's great, but you really don't once you stick something in this thing, right? Congratulations, you've just taken up the contents of the bag. It's super easy to get into the bag. That's really great, but I've never had a problem getting into a bag. This horseshoe zipper design, I see it a lot, and I'm just not a fan. I'm not looking at this, I'm looking at this bag, and you'd probably say, hey, Emory, why are you buying this bag? Well, one, it was $100 and I already had the frame, duh. Sometimes I find Daypacks are a little too small. You end up just cramming stuff in there, and you can get an overnight with it, maybe two nights, and you're good to go, right? So it's that mid-range bag that I think is really great. I'm probably never going to use these internal zippers on this lid. The original Ultra does not have those, and I think that was a really smart move. Personally, organize yourself inside the bag. I have a stove. I have nighttime things. So in here there would be warming layers. So there'd be like a long sleeve. There would be thermal underwear, maybe an extra set of socks, and electronics bag, and various things. But usually it's in this. This thing is awesome. These Kuiu dry zip bags are super great. I use this one all on the PCT. And you can tell there's not a single dent or rip or anything on it. I cut these little buckles off of it, but this is about as dry as you can get without being a dry bag. I used this primarily to put my nighttime stuff in it, so I get to camp, toss it in my tent, and be good to go. Game bags. There's your sleeping pad and a 30-degree Kuiu. I know, fanboy, right? 30-degree Kuiu sleeping bag. That is everything. You can fit 2 to 3 days worth of gear in this pack. If you're interested in this pack, you should definitely check it out. If you're not trying to do ultra long trips and you want a little bit more than a day bag, I would suggest this pack. Thank you for joining me. That's a quick review and unboxing and initial look at the Kuiu Ultra 2200 backpack. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you next time. Until then, be safe, and yeah, we'll see you next time.